My research this term is around mental health issues in higher education. My first paper for this course is titled Stigma of Mental Health Issues in Higher Education. From this research, I began to unfold information regarding the benefits and consequences of disclosing mental health issues. There were numerous studies which highlighted the negative impacts. However, there were many others that focused on the positive. Taking the information I have gathered, I moved my focus to the impacts of disclosing mental health concerns in higher education. My second paper for this course is titled Stigma of Mental Health in Higher Education and the Impact of Disclosing. At this time, the final paper for this course will solely focus on the positive aspects of disclosure and prove that the positive impacts outweigh the negative. I will begin with some background information gathered during my research. Statistically, 3/4 of people who develop mental health concerns are between the ages of 16 and 25. This age group is likely to enter post-secondary education and training. According to Statistics Canada, the average age of Canadian students who enroll in post-secondary programs, which leads to a credential, including college, was 24. The age has increased from 22.8 reported in 2010. Mental health concerns can negatively impact academic performance and may also lead to physical, psychological, and social difficulties. The stigma attached to mental health issues may cause greater negative impacts for students. There is a fear of disclosing due to the stigma attached to mental health issues. Education is extremely important when it comes to approaches to mental health and supports within higher education institutions. When you think about mental health, do you think of it as a disease? Higher education institutions can promote a wellness model instead of a disease model. A wellness model may work to improve the mental health and well-being of students. At Durham College, we offer wellness coaching to all students. Coaching can assist with clarifying goals, developing self-management skills, self-awareness to learn more about strengths, work through obstacles getting in the way of success and growth, increase motivation, and help students connect with the campus community. According to Johnson and Swarbrick, wellness is a conscious, deliberate process that requires a person to become aware of and make choices for a more satisfying lifestyle. Johnson continues by stating, wellness is the process of creating and adapting patterns of behavior that lead to improved health in the wellness dimensions and heightened life satisfaction. A medical approach focuses on symptoms, stabilization, and interventions. Individuals are seen in terms of their illness, therefore their skills and abilities, as well as personal goal achievement, is often overlooked. The wellness approach identifies goals and strengths of the individual and works with that individual to support outcomes. The wellness approach focuses on health, where the medical approach focuses on an illness or a disease. Educational institutions offer numerous supports to assist students with exceptionalities such as mental health. The Access and Support Center at Durham College offers student accommodations including reduced course load, tuition fee policy, assistive technology, testing support, counseling, and peer coaching. There is also access to various mental health services, including a mental health nurse and crisis support, along with referrals to community resources. In order for supports to be utilized, students with mental health concerns must first disclose and seek assistance from their institution. A 2001 study by Fur et al. States only 20% of students in higher education who needed supports actually sought out services. Support services can implement additional ways to communicate to students regarding the services offered and how to easily obtain them. Anti-stigma campaigns and awareness within institutions have encouraged students to seek help. In a Globe and Mail article from 2018, Janine Robb, Executive Director of the Health and Wellness Center at the University of Toronto's St. George campus states that since 2010, there has been an increase of approximately 400% of students seeking support for mental health issues. She notes the shift in services have moved away from learning disabilities and toward mental health care. She addresses the increase may have been a result of anti-stigma campaigns which address the need for students to seek care in the same way that they do for their physical health. This created a space where students began to feel comfortable in asking for help. Although there are many negative consequences of disclosing a mental health concern in higher education, I will argue that the positive benefits outweigh the negative. Students are becoming more engaged with mental health than they have before. Anti-stigma campaigns have allowed students to feel more comfortable in seeking help and support in the academic environment. There's been an increase of students accessing services under the wellness model of support in higher ed. The majority of students who have disclosed mental health concerns have received helpful assistance from the institution, including support and extensions of time to submit their assessments. Studies are starting to prove that students' grades have improved after seeking out help for mental health concerns. Disclosure is important for being true to oneself and being who they are as a person. It can help students progress through the journey of mental health. It provides one with a sense of control and the ability to give meaning to the experience of their mental health concerns, a sense of ownership of their experience. Literature by Satterlee and Bamlett emphasizes that disclosure does not have to be an all or nothing event. The amount of disclosure is up to the individual to decide. Normalizing mental health concerns as part of one life story rather than as a deviant experience is an excellent step in the right direction. Addressing the stigma of mental health issues is the very first step in getting students to overcome concerns with disclosing to higher education staff. Students need to gain access to the supports they require in order to be successful in their studies. The wellness model can be promoted in an institutional level as well as being integrated into curriculum. Students need to feel they will be treated fairly in a non-judgmental environment in order to comfortably disclose. They need to trust that staff and faculty will be understanding and supportive. Training for all staff, such as mental health first aid, should be a requirement in higher education. This allows staff to recognize the symptoms of mental health concerns and provide them with the ability to respond productively. Normalizing mental health concerns as part of one's life story rather than as a deviant experience is an excellent step. McGill University implemented a $14 million initiative to support student mental health and well-being. They have a campus-wide approach to health and wellness with an emphasis on awareness, prevention, and early intervention. The center is committed to offering an authentic and stigma-free mental health dialogue and access to increased services and information. The director of the hub, Vera Romano, stated it had become clear that a new holistic approach to wellness and care is what was required to better support the students. She shared access would be flexible, accessible, and tailored to the individual, resulting in improved overall wellness outcomes. Not every institution will receive $14 million to build such a center. However, this is a wonderful example of how one institution is working to promote mental health and well-being support for their students. Moving forward with my research, I will continue to explore the positive benefits of disclosing mental health concerns in higher education. I will also investigate recommendations for further research, including strategies around anti-stigma campaigns, wellness models, and the impact on student success, including grades and academic outcomes.